While most assume Russia or China represent the primary nuclear threat to the homeland, the Pentagon has shifted focus to a country that rarely makes the list of global superpowers. A newly published report by the U.S. Director of National Intelligence places Pakistan right alongside the world's most hostile nuclear actors, despite the nation's own ongoing economic collapse. U.S. Intelligence Chief Tulsi Gabbard confirmed this assessment, viewing Pakistan's missile program as a most significant nuclear threat to the United States. The report cites immediate regional triggers for this concern, including escalating water disputes with India and a highly unstable Afghan border that could force the Pakistani military into a desperate decision. This instability isn't hypothetical. During the 2021 events of Operation Sindoor, the region reached a genuine breaking point that nearly triggered a full-scale conflict between nuclear-armed neighbors. The U.S. is raising this alarm despite the fact that India, right next door, has a vastly superior nuclear arsenal, leading to the question of why Washington is singling out Pakistan today. By 2035, American intelligence projects that Pakistan, China, and Iran will all field long-range missiles capable of striking the United States mainland directly. Defending against these strikes requires the U.S. to maintain highly advanced air defense networks, such as the Patriot system, designed to intercept incoming warheads in the upper atmosphere. Adversaries are adopting an expendable swarm strategy, building thousands of cheap missiles to overwhelm the U.S. grid. Because every U.S. interceptor costs millions, Pakistan's low-cost swarms can bankrupt the American defense budget, forcing the Pentagon to abandon unprotected cities. This strategy weaponizes financial attrition, relying on the calculated ability to inflict catastrophic economic exhaustion on the U.S. military. This focus on missile range makes India's exclusion from the threat list even more striking. India is actively testing the Agni V, a delivery system with a massive strike range. While India's reaches can extend to 12,000 kilometers, Pakistan's longest-range operational missile, the Shaheen-2, is currently limited to about 2,800 kilometers. The difference in how these two programs are treated reveals a specific U.S. policy doctrine. Washington categorizes nations as either temporary tools or long-term partners based on their economic alignment. India is viewed as a partner because it is deeply integrated into the American economy. U.S. tech giants like Google and Microsoft have invested billions in Indian infrastructure, making India's military growth a manageable variable rather than a threat. However, this partner status is fragile. When diplomatic interests clashed, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau began framing India as a security risk, proving that threat classifications are tied directly to how well a nation serves Western economic and political stability. Ultimately, Washington measures the danger of a missile by the economic utility of the country that built it. Publishing these intelligence findings is a deliberate act of diplomacy. It serves as a soft warning to Pakistan's military to freeze their long-range development before the U.S. moves toward more aggressive measures. In response, the Pakistani Foreign Ministry has attempted to shift the focus, arguing that the international community should be more concerned with India's superior strike capabilities. This argument carries little weight in the West, where India is viewed as having a history of military restraint, focusing its deterrent exclusively on military targets rather than civilian centers. Pakistan is now at a crossroads. Its leadership can choose to abandon the long-range project to appease Washington, or double down and use the program as a high-stakes bargaining chip for regional influence. Doubling down carries the risk of a containment strategy similar to the one used against Iran. If Pakistan continues to push its missile program beyond the limits the U.S. considers safe, it may find itself facing a coordinated effort by the U.S. and Israel to neutralize its nuclear delivery systems. Pakistan is engaged in a dangerous gamble with American patience, and pushing the limits of this intelligence report could turn South Asia into the next active front of global military containment.